Right, let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture, we were discuss about how many possible ways to write Python code and execute. We have seen, right? So that is using interactive mode, using script mode, and as well as Python ideally, and PyCharm editor. Finally, VS Code also we have seen. Now, yesterday we launched PyCharm editor. This I'm going to open, and already I create a project folder with the name Python project 10 AM that I want to open it. So let me open PyCharm editor first. So go to the search, type PyCharm, and there you can see I just opened recently on which project I open, which project I work on, that project is going to open here. But this is not your project folder. To open your project folder, simply file menu, click on file menu, click on open, and go to the location where your project folder is available. C drive, users, computer name. And I have saved my project folder in PyCharm projects. And this is your project folder yesterday what I created, right? So Python project 10 AM. Let's select that, and it will ask you to open this window or new window or attach. So I'm selecting this window. This window means in place of Python project 10, it will be Python project 10 AM. New window means it will create another window. Attach means below 10, one more folder will attach 10 AM. Multiple projects we can manage. So I'm just clicking on this window. I want to open my project exclusively, Python project 10 AM clear. So this is what actual program which I have written last session. Okay, fine. So next in today's session, I'm going to explain important fundamental concept, Python fundamentals. Yes. So you must and should understand these fundamentals. Without using these Python fundamentals, we cannot go for logical program. So total 6 fundamental concepts are there. First one is comments. And second one is keywords. These are also called as wizard words. And third one is identifiers. Fourth one is variables. Fifth one is multiple assignment. Sixth one is indentation. These are the fundamental concepts. So you must and should aware these 6 fundamental concepts before writing Python logics. So first we'll try to understand comments. See, sir, comments in any language quite common. Okay. In C language, C++, Java, anywhere comments are common. Generally, comments can be used in which situation? Few situations are there. For example, as a programmer, you have written 10-15 lines of Python code. All of a sudden, your decision is first 5 lines you don't want to execute. What does it mean? Will you delete that? No. Instead of deleting first 5 lines, if you don't want to execute, better to put those 5 lines into comments. Whenever you keep those 5 lines, first 5 lines comment section, your Python interpreter simply ignore those lines from the execution. It will not consider in the execution. Again, whenever you want to execute, you can uncomment. That means it will allow in the execution part. So some lines of program, if you don't want to consider in the execution or you want to exclude from the execution, then you can use comments. Or else not only to avoid the program execution purpose, we use comments. So comments can be used for writing your description. Suppose today you have written some logic. While writing logic, you have not leave any description or statements why you are writing that logic like that. But after a few days back, when we look at back your code, you don't understand really what purpose you have written this logic. So comments can show you clear information and descriptive manner. I'll tell you that simple scenario. I'm the developer. I'm writing some logic in real time. But while developing the logic, I have not leave any comments. Means no description I have written. All of a sudden, I quit my job. In place of my role, somebody come. Okay, new developer. When the new developer look at my code, they don't understand by looking my code. It will take time because I have not leave the comment section or description for my program, what purpose I have written. Imagine that earlier development time, if I leave the comment section, if new developers will observe that comment, then they can understand clearly my code, what purpose I have written the logic. So this is comments purpose. Comments in different ways we can use. Understanding the program purpose, we can leave the comments or description, or else if you want to ignore some lines of code from the execution also, we can use comment. So how to give comments in Python? Means always comments in Python starts with what symbol, sir? Hash. So for example, you can consider this one. This is the program, right? A10, B20, C, A plus B, like this. But in the below, I'm writing some two more lines of code like print hello and then print welcome like this. So if I run this program test1.py along with A10, B20, C value 30 output, we got hello welcome also. Yes. But I don't want to execute these two lines. What should I do? Comment it. How to give comment starts with hash sign. This is commented line. Once I run this, you can see this is completely ignored from the execution. It will not include, it will exclude. Again, you want to execute this, remove this hash sign like uncommon. So this is one or two line I can manage like this. Manually, I can give hash sign before starting the code. But imagine that 20, 30 lines at a time, if you put into comment, is that possible by going individually as sign like that? No. So that's what there is a shortcut for giving comments in Python, control plus forward slash. Select how many number of lines you want to put into comment and hit control plus forward slash from your keyboard. Now you can see I'm selecting these two lines or I'm selecting this total program. Control forward slash commented. And once I run it, hello, welcome only will display, 30 result will not be displayed. The reason is this, the lines are commented. Again, uncomment means I want to include these lines in the execution. Select it again, same procedure, control forward slash, uncomment. It works well. Is it? Yes. But whole program, total program, if I want to comment means select control A. Control A means select all. Control forward slash. Total program has commented. Run it. No. Again uncomment control forward slash. Input. Output is coming like this. So comment, uncomment we can manage in PyCharm editor like this only. So generally comments can be used to exclude some lines from the execution. Then uncomment include in the execution. And not only this, if you give this hash sign, write your description, whatever you want, just about your program to make other people to understand. Okay. So this is comment section in PyCharm editor. This is one of the most fundamental which can be used commonly in our further program. Next fundamental concept is what, sir? Keywords. Yes. This is also common. Any language like Java language, C#.NET language, C++ are having keywords. Keywords also called as what? Reserved words. Why the meaning of reserved? Reserved means the word which is reserved for particular task. Same task purpose you have to use. If one word is there, sir, that word is reserved for doing some task. You have to use that word as a programmer for same task only. You can't use for your own task. You can't use for other task. No, purpose should be reserved. For example, I'll tell you that. How to get keywords in Python, sir? Very simple. There are two lines of program is required. to get complete keyword list in Python. Okay, let's add a new file to this project folder. How to add new file? Right click, new Python file, and give the name of the file test3 or test2 in the series of test1, test2 like this. So I'm trying to write a simple 2 lines of programming, import keyword, and next line I'm printing keyword.kw list. Okay, import keyword is a library name, print library name.kw list is a class name. If I use these 2 lines, how many number of keywords are present in Python right now? All the keywords will display in the output window. You can see this is all keywords. But how we got this all keywords, sir? Same horizontal line like this. If you want to see more keywords, you can scroll the horizontal scroll bar. Okay, but I don't want to scroll, sir, horizontal right to left. It is typical to view all the keywords. Is there any mechanism to view all the keywords at once in the window, single window? Yes. There is an option called, look at this in the terminal. There is a soft wrap option is there. Click on this soft wrap option here, left hand side. Click on this, all keywords will present in the same window only. You need not to move, scroll horizontally right to left, left to right like this. Okay. So these are all techniques, basic techniques. And look at this, all the keywords are present here. In what format? List form. Because in Python, list consider as square bracket starting and square bracket ending. This is list format. But notice this, in this keyword list, first 3 keywords are starting letter as capital, false F capital, none N capital, true T capital. As you know that according to my previous lecture, Python is a case sensitive language or no? Yes, cases are important. Whenever you want to use false keyword, F letter starting capital, none N letter capital, true T letter capital. Remaining all keywords are lowercase. Only these 3 keywords are capital letter starting. So these are all keywords which are present in Python. And I'm saying that in this keyword list, these are all reserved words. Each word is reserved for particular task to do. The word it is reserved for which task, same task you have to use. For example, observe this program. Here one keyword already I used, sir. What is that? Import. Is there import keyword is present in keyword list or not? You can check. It is one of the keyword or not? Import. Why I am using this import keyword in my program? To import library. My purpose is that is all. Yes, import keyword is reserved for importing library only. That's what I am using import. But look at this, there is a if keyword is present in the keyword list. Generally, if keyword purpose is what you know, condition check. But I am using as a programmer how? In my program, as a variable, if equal to 100 I am writing. And printing if only. Is that valid? No. Look this. Invalid syntax, line number 4. Why? Because this if is a keyword name or reserved word. That word is reserved for particular task, for conditional check. You have to use that word for condition checking only, not for variable. But I am using as a variable. No, not possible. Now you can see I am adding one more F, just wantedly. I double F. It's valid, sir. Because there is no keyword called I double F. You can use this name as your variable name, no problem. Other than keyword names, any name it's working. This is 100 value we are printing in the output. Look this. So I'm saying that no keyword or reserved word can be used as your own purpose like variable or any other names. Every keyword is having its own purpose. Once the moment if we are using keywords in program, that keywords will convey a special meaning or special message to the interpreter to do a particular task. For example, here I am using import keyword. Then by using import keyword in this program, interpreter can understand that programmer is looking for importing libraries. And if I use if keyword here, interpreter can understand that programmer is doing some condition testing. But we are not doing condition testing. You are initializing the value like that. So no keywords can be used as your own variable names and all. These are all keywords in Python. Don't worry, in upcoming sessions, according to our topic, I'll include every keyword and at that time I'll discuss clearly. So and so keyword I'm using, purpose of the keyword usage also I'll explain. Okay. So this is the way to bring keywords in Python language. Very simple 2 lines of code. And for your kind information, these 2 lines you can write in anywhere, sir. It will get keywords. Even normal default editor is there, right? Ideally. First time when we install Python software, you will get this ideally software only. Here also you can write same 2 lines of code. You will get keywords completely. You can see import keyword, press enter. Here no need to use print function, optional to use. Only how to use keyword.kw list. But IntelliSense will not come. That is, look at this keyword list here also we are getting. Same keyword list. So this is about keywords or reserved words in Python. And next fundamental concept is identifier. See, sir, identifier is nothing but just name in Python. Any name. In Python language, any name is called as identifier. For example, how I can identify you? By your name, right? Yes. How you can identify me? By my name only. Same in Python language. If you want to identify anything like variable or class or method or attribute by its name, only you can identify. That is called identifier. Name is nothing but identifier. But while giving the names like variable name, function name, class name, some rules and regulations you must follow. You can't give names how the way you want. No. You have to follow some rules. Total 8 rules I'm going to explain now. Okay. While giving the names in Python, you must follow these 8 rules. So that's what I'm here to explain. Rules to define identifier. Rules to define identifiers. What rules are there? We'll start one by one. Rule number 1. Identifier name can be a lowercase or uppercase. Yes, sir. Either it can use lowercase or uppercase. Rule number 1. Okay. But make sure that identifiers are case sensitive, right? How the way you mention either lowercase or uppercase, you must access same cases only. Cases cannot be changed. Identifiers are case sensitive. So let's define one name with lowercase or uppercase. So how it works, we'll see that. Suppose emp id equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. How I declare my variable name is lowercase. How I am accessing lowercase. It is my variable name and it is my value. Now once I run this, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4 result correct. But can I access this capital letter emp id? No. Why? Because you declare lowercase characters emp id, but you are attempting to access uppercase characters, right? So is that possible, sir? No, not possible. Look this. Name error, capital letter emp id is not defined. Okay, it's not possible, sir. So you are accessing, you are declaring the variable in lowercase, but you must access with lowercase only. But can I give the name of the variable capital letter? Yes. If name is capital, you are accessing capital, it's okay, fine. That's what case sensitive. How the way you give, same way out access. But I am not recommending you to use the variable names generally capital letters. I recommend you better to give lowercase. You may get why. You may get doubt. Why, sir? It working? No. If I give capital letters, it's working. Why should not? The reason is in Python language, anytime if you define any name as capital cases all, that indicates that is a constant. If you declare any name is capital letter, that indicates that constant. Constant meaning is what? Suppose in Java or .NET, C#, .NET, any languages, other languages, people they use const keyword a equals to 100. They are having keyword called const. Const means constant. What is the meaning of constant? This is constant value. They don't change the value. That is constant. But in Python, how I can define my variable as constant? By declaring all the characters in capital letters. Okay. So in Python language, unnecessarily don't declare the variable name in capital cases. If you declare the name in capital cases in Python, that leads to constant. Constant means programmer is saying that by including capital letters, this value is a constant value, better not to change. But even though if I declare capital letter, if some other programmers, they can change its value also. Why? Because Python do not support constant. Even if we declare capital, you are exposing your variables and values are constant to other programmers. Even other programmers also know that that is you declare as a constant, but still they can change the value. I'm saying why Python do not support constant? Just for conveying the matter. How you convey the other developer that your variable is constant means declare the capital letter. But unnecessarily, without any reason, don't go for capital letter, I'm saying. Better to go for small letters. Is it clear? Yes. So, next rule number 3. Rule number 3. Identifier allows. It allows the digits, yes. Means while giving the names, you can include digits. But rule number 4 at the same time says identifier should not start with digit. The name can have digits, but it should not start with a digit. For example, my variable name emp1 id 3. Digits are there, sir, in this name? Yes. 1 and 3 digits are there or not in the name? It's valid, sir. Okay. But when it is not valued, your identifier, whenever it starts with a digit, it's invalid. Look at this, I starts with 5. Not correct. Invalid decimal literal. Your names or any names in Python should not start with digits only. Rule number 5 says, 4 says like this. Okay. Next, rule number 5 says it allows underscore sign. Only the special character underscore only allowed in the names, except underscore. No other special characters are allowed, like hash, dollar sign, cap sign, star, no. Only underscore. That to underscore is why, because of rule number says what? Identifier should not be 2 or more parts. In case your variable name or any name more than 2 words are there, there is no space between words. That is invalid expression. I want to combine those words by using what? Underscore sign. That's what rule number 5 allows underscore, and it should not be 2 or more parts like. For example, here my variable name is emp space id. How many words I have included, sir? 2. emp space id. Is this valid expression? No, it's not valid. Look this invalid. Better to combine these 2 words with underscore sign. This is valid. In case you want to maintain the name of the variable more than 2 parts, then combine them by using underscore sign. It is valid expression. Okay. Next, rule number 7 says, if an identifier means name, if an identifier starts with an underscore sign, then it is what private in Python. See, sir, again, the other language programmers like Java, C#.NET, if they want to declare the variables are private, they can say private int A. If they want to declare the variables are public, private, public int A, like this. They're having clearly private, public, protected, default. So many access modifiers are there in those languages. But in Python, we don't have such type of private, public, protected access modifiers not. But we can declare private, public variables or private, public methods in Python language with symbolical. That's what I'm saying. What? If any identifier or name starts with what symbol? An underscore symbol, then it is what? Private. Remember, by default, in Python language, any variable name or any method name public only. Suppose here x equal to 10, print x. This is public variable. The variable which not starts with any underscore, that is called public. What is the meaning of public? Public means which can access anybody, anywhere. Okay. Private means in which context you declare, in that context only we can access, not outside. But this is not right situation to talk about public and private, sir, in general. Later, whenever I start object-oriented programming, generally object-oriented programming, what we can do, we will deal with classes and objects. Suppose in the class body, I declare x equal to 10. That is public variable that I can access within the same class where I declare and also outside of the class because public variable. Same if I starts with my variable name is double underscore x and double underscore x in the same class. This variable is what? Private. Private means which class you declare, that class only you can access, not outside the class. That's restriction is there. Okay, later we'll come across private and public variable how to declare in object-oriented programming. We'll discuss in detail. Okay, but just make a note. This is if an identifier starts with an underscore, it is private. And last rule number 8 says, already explained, no keyword can be used as identifier. Yes. Can we use any keyword as identifier like if keyword or else keyword or import keyword? No. Look this, I am using one of the keyword as identifier, like generally def keyword is there. In general, in Python language, def keyword can be used for defining the function. Purpose of the def keyword is what? Defining the function. But I am using here what? Just I am using this def as a variable. Is this valid, sir? No. You can't use the keywords or reserved words in Python language as variable. You can use only particular purpose, like def keyword is for defining the function only. Do you want to really define the function? Use def keyword. But I am using as a variable, it's not valid. Okay. So this is exactly total 8 rules and regulations about identifiers. I'm concluding this topic. Identifier is nothing but it's a name. Either it can be a variable name, function name, class name, or any other names. But while defining the names in Python, you must follow these rules. Lowercase, uppercase, possible. Case sensitive. If you declare lowercase, you have to access lowercase only. If you declare uppercase, you have to access in uppercase only. And identifier, the names allow digits. You can include digits 0 to 9 anywhere, but not starts with the digit only. And you can use a special sign underscore when we have to use if your name of the variable or name of the function multiple parts are there, by combine them you can use underscore sign. And if any name starts with underscore, then it is what? Private. If no underscore means public. There are 2 things are there in Python: public, private. That's it. If variable name or method name no underscore starting, public. Anywhere anybody can access. If variable name, method name starts with double underscore, private. Same class where you declare, there only can access, not outside. And no keyword can be used as identifier, clear. So total 8 rules you have to follow while giving the names in Python. Next fundamental concept is variables. Now tell me, sir, variable is also called as identifier? Yes. I just now said in Python, any name is called identifier, either variable name or class name or function name. I'm saying that variable is also called as identifier. But look at this, variable definition is this one. Variable is a named memory location. Variable is a named memory location. Yes, variable is a named memory location. Why variable is a named memory location? I'll tell you. But suppose here, okay, but suppose here, A value I'm taking in the program. A. Tell me, this 10 value is going to store in which memory? 10 value is going to store in which memory? A memory. Yes. So in Python, every value has its own name. Every value, like 10 is the value. It's having its own name called A. So if I'm asking you where that 10 is going to store in which memory, in the sense A memory, I'm saying. Because Python is going to assign the memory to the A variable for holding 10 in that memory. That's what I can say. Variable is a named memory location. Okay. But in Python, while declaring a variable, while declaring a variable, we need not to specify, we need not to specify specify the data type. Yes, we need not to specify the data type. No, why? Because the reason you know that, because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. As I explained in the last lecture, it is a dynamically typed programming language. What is the meaning of dynamically typed, sir? In the program execution, based upon the value, Python only will decide the data type of the variable. We are not going to decide any data type for the variable like integer, float, complex, bool, like this. For suppose here in this A value 10, I have not decided a variable data type, right? Only just I am giving value. But if you want to know the type of A, there is a built-in function called type. Type of A means A type is what type? Integer type is assigned. If I'm giving 10.8, what type it is? Float type, because float means decimal representation. Int means without decimal. Positive integer or negative integer, no problem, it working well, integer. Float means decimal point will be there like this. This is float value. It's a dynamically typed language. Based upon the value, Python only will decide the data type for the variable. But if you want to know that, what is the memory address of A? For that, there is a built-in function is there, sir, ID. So ID is a built-in function in Python. Built-in. How print is a built-in for printing or output? How type is a built-in to know the data type of the variable? Same ID is a built-in function. It is a built-in function and it is used to get the memory address of what variable. Yes, memory address of variable. In which memory it is going to store that address you want to find, then simply you can get it by using ID function. Print of ID of A means the A value like 10.89 is going to store in the A memory. The A memory address is what? This is memory address number. In this memory only, value 10.89 is going to store. So that's what the variable is, nothing but named memory location of the value. Okay. Yeah. So this is variable definition. It is a named memory location. In Python, while declaring the variable, we need not to specify the data type because Python is a dynamically typed language. So if you want to know that variable memory address, then we can know that what? By using what function? ID function. It is a built-in function. It is used to get memory address of the variable. So next I'm talking about multiple assignment. Okay, what is the multiple assignment? Let's give the quick information. So very simple, sir. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. And also it is the process of multiple assignment is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes, multiple values to multiple variables. Both I'll show you. Single value we are assigning at once to multiple variables. More than one variables, only one value we can assign. And also multiple values we can assign to the multiple variables. This is concept called multiple assignment. Let's see how it look like. A, B, C equal to 10. At a time, one value I am assigning to three variables. Why this is required? Just simple. Instead of giving A10, in the next line B10, in the next line C10, why we should give three variables repeatedly and for three values, three variables? No need, right? So instead of this giving, better to go for at a time only one value multiple assignment. So I'm printing A here and then B here and then C here. So we are getting the output simply A10, B10, C10, all three variables. But how I got the outputs are line by line or not in the output window? Can't we bring this same line? Yes. How we can? Within the single print function through, we can print it. Now you can see A, B, C like this. It working well. But the moment when I print this A, B, C in the same line, in the result you can observe 10 space, 10 space, 10. What is the default separator of this value? Space. But I want to give my own separator, not space. Let's give SEP attribute equal to comma. SEP is the attribute name. This is called separator attribute. So now let's see separator 10 comma 10 comma 10 like this. What separator you want, you can provide. Suppose I want to give some hyphens, each value after hyphen separator. Or else you want to give more space in between the values. Yes, it's possible. Or else you can give colon each value in between like this. So whatever you want, you can give separator. Values will be separated with that symbol only. This is separator attribute like this. So this is multiple assignment. We are assigning just single value to multiple variables at once. But not only multiple assignment, single value to multiple variables. I am saying that multiple assignment is the process of assigning what? Multiple values to multiple variables. Means more than one values we can assign to the more than one variable. Let me comment this by hitting Control/. Okay. Next, A, B, C. How many variables? 3. 10, 20, 30. How many values? Right hand side, how many values you are giving? Left hand side, same number of variables has to be there. More, not more or less. Okay. So I'm printing ABC. It works well like this. I'm assigning multiple values to multiple variables at once. This is multiple assignment concept. But notice this, if I'm trying to print A here and then print B here and then print C here. And how I'm getting the values, sir? Line by line, right? A10, B20, C30 like this. Line by line I'm getting the values. But my requirement is, I want to bring these 10, 20, 30 in the same line. How I can do? Same line I need to bring these three values. Print A comma B comma C. Okay. But again I am asking without using print A comma B comma C in the same line. Even though still I need to print A, print B, print the three functions, but I should bring in the output in the same line. So in that context, we go for what? End attribute with space. Look at this, I am using end attribute here. Here also end attribute like this. If I use end with space means after A value 10 printed, space will be generated. After that space, next B value will be joined together in the same line after space. Like C also will be joined in the same line after B space like this. Three print are there. Generally, three print functions individually means one by one. But I am not getting one by one because still in the same line only because end attribute it is. Along with end, you can also maintain what? Separator like comma separator here I am using. Look this, here I am using comma separator. So these are the techniques. Separator attribute, end attributes are there here. End attribute means without moving your output values to the next line. Still, do you want to bring into the same line? Then we can use end at. So this is total fundamental concept. Last fundamental, which is really important, sir, indentation. So what is indentation? Very simple. Normally in C#.NET or Java or C++ or C language, other languages, if they want to consider a block of code, if block, else block, for loop block, while loop block, what they use, sir? Curly brackets, right? Open curly brackets, close curly brackets, if block like this. Else block also open curly brackets, close curly brackets like this. So in between open and close, what statements are there under comes into if block. Here, what statements are there under comes into what block? Else block only. But in Python, to consider a block of code, we don't use this type of curly brackets open and close. Then what we use? Indentation. Indentation means what? 4-space indentation level is there in Python by default. Yes, 4-space. I'll tell you why 4-space indentation. Okay. Now, so this is the one of the advantage when we use PyCharm editor, sir. PyCharm editor, when we use auto indentations will be there, which automatically wherever the indentation levels are required, automatically PyCharm will adjust the indentations. That's what if you write code in Notepad editor, indentations will not adjust. You have to know where we have to give space, where it should not. Okay, that's what writing code in Notepad in the initial stage is typical somehow. You might get face errors. Okay, indentations will not be auto adjusted. You have to take care indentation. But in PyCharm, wherever a block of code is required some indentation, automatically it will take. Okay, for example, you can see how auto indentation levels will be there in Python test 3 I'm using. I value 10 I'm declaring. Okay, just example consideration. If condition I'm passing. If is a general condition purpose. Later also I'll discuss what is if, how it works and all. But my intention is just I want to explain about indentation. I equal to 10. Now we can see a single equal to means assignment operator. 10 value will be assigned to a I. Right now I is holding how much? 10. 10 equal to 10, correct or no? Yes, both are matching. This is comparison operator, double equal to. When I press enter, automatically cursor is blinking based after leaving 4-space indentation. Look this. 4-space indentation. From here onwards, as a programmer, you can write the statements. Else block, again 4-space indentation false. So this is automatic indentation levels they are giving. We need not to worry in if block or else block how the indentation need to be maintained. Indentation means 4 spaces like this. By default. Why, sir, you are saying particularly 4-space indentation means by default in PyCharm written 4-space indentation only there. Look at this, there is a 4-space bottom corner you are seeing. 4-space indentation. But what happens, sir, if I remove this cursor back, you will see error. Notification is error is there. You can see error, indentation error, expected and indented block. But you may get down compulsory 4 indentation spaces are required, go at least to 1. With this 1 space I am giving, here also 1 space I am giving, it's work. But why 4 indentation means default, that is like this. So if you want to write same code in Notepad, you have to do this indentation spaces manually. You have to give only. It will not auto adjust it. If you forgot to give the spaces, error will come. So this is what I am saying, that PyCharm is the best option to use in the initial stage of practice Python programs. So this is total fundamental concept which I explained in today's lecture. So all demo sessions have completed as per my starting instructions, especially who are in online session. And if you want to continue my lectures from Monday onwards, so before the session, you must enroll for this course. For that, you can feel free to contact DURGASOFT. They'll assist you how to enroll, and then only you will get a new link. Okay, this link will not work from Monday onwards. So if you have any question, feel free to ask me now who are in online session especially. And if you are new to this session, today only you have joined, I request you to please watch my demo lecture videos. Even our team will send the demo video link along with the course content also. Please proceed it. Okay. So from Monday onwards, you want to attend regular sessions, for sure you must enroll for this course. For that, please contact DURGASOFT, they'll assist you. So Monday, you will receive a new link if you enroll for this course. Any question regarding this, please go ahead. Is it possible to change batch later if due to any issue I can't continue this batch for which I enroll initially? Yeah, if any other batches scheduled, especially for my batches only, not other faculty, then you can feel free to. And right now it is one batch is going same parallelly 9 p.m. Even Monday onwards 10 p.m. online batch is going. You can shift it any batch accordingly, no problem. In future, whenever I handle new batches, I'll allow you I'll without paying again and all. So it's all about your convenience. I'll support for sure that no matter it is okay. Yeah. Once you are the student of mine, then it depends on our coordination. Okay, just you should give the request and I'll accept it. That's it. As per your convenient time, you can attend it, no problem. So that's all for today. All demos over. I hope you understand that. Who are new to this session, please watch my first demo lecture so that you will get clarity. And once your enrollment process is over, I'll collect mail ID from DURGASOFT so that I can share these 4 recording video sessions what we conducted in demos along with PDF material. Okay. So that's all. Have a nice time. See you on Monday with new link for only enrolled students. Still any more questions? Go ahead. Yeah. Thanks for attending this session. Have a nice time.